All right, Shalom. This is Howard One by Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp, located right here in Jacksonville, Florida. Before I begin, I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh by Hashem, Ha Rakah Kodash, Ma'amah. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim, and Akwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. I want to go into this quick lesson or epistle dealing with, of course, we know America is Babylon, also spiritually the revised Roman Empire, spiritually Nineveh, spiritually Assyria, all right, which goes into Nineveh, spiritually Egypt, spiritually Sodom, all right, and also spiritually hell. This is hell for the children of Israel. Now, I want to get into this precept dealing with, I think, Isaiah 47 probably, because we're witnessing the downfall of this place, but it's going to happen in the combination, the process, a process of time to where, let me start off with this precept. All right, let's start off with this precept here. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm. All right, so the Lord is bringing us out of our captivity with spiritual power. All right, and with a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before. So in the midst of the children of Israel being delivered, this place is going to be smitten with the same plagues that came upon ancient Egypt. All right, when the Lord was delivering the children of Israel from Egypt, 1446 BC, with Moses, you had plagues that hit Egypt, which was kind of like the grave. Something something goes into the grave or dies, it begins to decay. But if you put it it has bacteria and maggots and shit. But if you put it into the ground, there are creatures there that are made to decompose the body quicker, which would be like worms, maggots, and shit like that. So it's being the process of destruction. Meaning it's a process, all right, so it's completely destroyed. So that's what's happening with this place, spiritually Babylon, mystery Babylon. This place, which is spiritually called Egypt today, but we know it as America, which means bitter. Now that's what is happening to this place as we speak with the BRICS nations, the Lord raising up Russia, raising up China, all these nations against this place, cutting off their economic and political ties with America, leaving it stranded. Leaving it stranded to trust in Europe. And Europe is, the global elites, they're raising interest rates here, which is taking away America's strength and power from in the world. So it's being stripped of its power. All right. And ultimately, this place is decaying, falling apart. The economy, which is real soon, that dollar got to crash completely. It already happened, but it's about it physically being shown. and the economy. Hyperinflation, a worser, a greater depression, they're calling it, that's coming. All right. So, possible cyber attacks, America losing its power militarily around the world, being invaded with alleged migrants. all right, which can overwhelm the economy of this place, cause civil war. You got two presidents opposing each other, two opposing sides, Democrats and Republicans, which are violently opposing each other. And so yeah, man, all shit is hitting the fan. But when it really hits the fan, this place is going to be in a destroyed state. You know, there's talks of Russia using an EMP, or North Korea, or China, or maybe Iran. You just never know. All right, there's threats of terror attacks. So this year, as Elder Apostle Hart coined it, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, is when this place gets finally falls, and then ultimately gets destroyed with fire. All right, so those plagues that came upon Egypt, which began to break down the infrastructure and the spirit of Egypt. That's what the Lord is destroying first. The mirth of the land, the foundation of this place that it was built upon, the ideologies are being destroyed, the spirits that were sent over here to from the dragon, Europe, or the EU, Roman Empire. The three spirits that leaped out of the mouth of the dragon like a frog. One would be the banking system is falling. The military system setup is falling apart with the policing and such. They're talking about defunding the police and all this. And then the religious system falling apart. All right, the school systems. So this place is slowly but quickly being falling apart, being destroyed. So it says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before. All right, so this is spiritually Egypt. This is the place of our containment. The word Egypt and ghetto are the same word, like a concentration camp. And this is where the children of Israel were held. Though we were scattered around the four corners of the earth, the bulk of the deliverance is going to be America, because we're going to have to get out of here. When the destruction comes, it's going to be fast. There's going to be destruction around the world, but America is going to be the main focus. That's why the Lord said he has a sacrifice in Basra, in Idumea. This is spiritually Idumea. All right, so the Lord is going to smite this place with plagues as before. This before the missiles. And will destroy all the land thereof. See, that's what's going to happen. And ultimately destroy the whole land. Egypt shall mourn, so you might well put America there. All right, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it. All right, so that's, yeah, man. So this place is falling apart, and it's Yahweh that's bringing these plagues upon it. All right, so the focus of this verse is going to be Isaiah 47 and 5. All right, that's what I want to get into. So let's read. It says, Isaiah 47 and 5, sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, man. So that's what we're witnessing and seeing in this land as we speak. This place is being put into silence and also put into darkness, which goes into confusion. All right, America, what was the beacon of the world of Esau, but now it's going to be the light being put out, put thee into darkness. All right, so sit thou silent and get thee into darkness. O daughter of the Chaldeans, right? Just the daughter of Babylon, the daughter of the Chaldeans, the modern day banking family that helped to establish this place, Esau. those elite bankers, you know, they're the Chaldeans today, the modern day Magi's, Jesuits, working their magic over here in America. So sit thou silent, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdoms, man, meaning ruling over, we say the whore that's riding upon the scarlet colored beast, ruling over kingdoms and nations, like a king, or like they say a queen, a whore. This place is no more called that. Why? Because it's being put into silence, put into darkness. This is leading up to the destruction. All right, sit thou silent. Let's get that word silent. And the word silent means what? To be destroyed or in the grave. All right. It says, check this out. It says, Dawamah, which would be to sit still silently, adverbally, the action, silence, silently. All right, Dawamah. Now, the root word of that, let's get that, because Dawamah is a special word dealing with Idumea in America and the state of being destroyed. Now, you also have, in the New Testament, you have grave or Sheol, which will also represent the silence, which would be in a destroyed state, but in the grave where something is dying and decaying, or in a destroyed state, or silent. You know. Now let's get this real quick. All right. So this is Isaiah 21:11, when the prophet Isaiah was prophesying to all these areas like Mount Seir, which is East Edom, and then Arabia, to all these nations of their coming destruction. And then what Edom would do is they would call out to the watchman, which at that time it was Isaiah, and the Lord said, I've sent thee as a watchman to the children of Israel. So we're the watchmen. But these Idumeans were calling out to Isaiah saying, is this really going to happen? Is this destruction really coming from the Assyrians? But today it represents these nations that are looking to destroy this place. All right. So Isaiah 21:11, I start from 10. O my threshing and the corn of my floor, that which I have heard of Yahweh of hosts, the God of Israel, have I declared unto you. All right. The burden of Dawamah. Israel was scattered everywhere, but those Idumeans, the burden of Dawamah, he called out to me out of Seir, Mount Seir. All right, just like the burden of Babylon. Watchmen, what of the night? Watchmen, what of the night? The watchman said, the morning cometh, and also the night. If ye will inquire ye, return, come. All right, so basically saying, yeah, these things are going to happen. The destruction is coming. All right, so Jake need to get their mind out of this place. Stop following after these heathens. And also Edom, their judgment is coming in the 2/3. So let's get that, Isaiah 21:11. All right, so now let's click on this word Dawamah, which is basically the same word. Was it Dawamah? All right, so Hebrews 1:7-4-6. Let's get that. It says here, now to get more detailed into the root word of Dawamah, which would be Dawamah. and it says silence, right? Same word. All right, sit thou in silence, talking to Babylon. And now check this out. It says what? A mystical name of Edom, indicating death and ruin. So Dawamah is a mystical word, a mystical name, just like Mystery Babylon. It's a mystical name of Edom, indicating death and ruin. Whoo! So when the Lord said, "Get thee into silence," He's talking about that mystery, that prophecy that's coming upon this place, Idumea, which is a mystical name of Edom, indicating death and ruin. So, all right. So when the Lord is saying in the scriptures through Isaiah, sit thou silent, meaning sit thou destroyed and ruined. Edom, Idumea, and get thee into darkness, man. Okay? So that darkness, it means confusion and voidness. Where is it at? Okay, right. The darkness, misery, destruction, death, ignorance, confusion, sorrow, wickedness, hell, basically. Darkness, obscurity, secret place. Sheesh. Kashak. All right, kashak. It means the dark, misery, destruction, death, ignorance, sorrow, wickedness. Sheesh, man, this is all the Lord putting on this place. Get thee into darkness and destruction and ruin. You know, so that's what's coming to this place. This is Isaiah 34:1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it, right? And they're hearing the word through the prophets, all right? Just like they heard from Isaiah. For the indignation, see, it's the indignation of Yahweh that's burning hot against this place and against these people. That's why this place is being destroyed. All right, for the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations. That's why it's going to be a world war. And his fury upon all their armies. And he have utterly destroyed them. He have delivered them to the slaughter. So he already got their stories written to be destroyed in the coming wars. All right, their armies. And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, man. So that's right, man. That's what with a mushroom clouds. All right. You say the elements shall melt. All right. So, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. That's the missiles, destroying everything, man. So now, let's get to the point. I think I skipped it. Their slain also shall be cast out. This is the military being sent off to war. And their stink shall come up out of their carcasses. I mean, they're going to sit there and rot because nobody's going to be out here to clean the bodies. Here in America as well. Mountains shall be melted with their blood, man. All right, what does that mean? These people are going to be melted into the damn ground. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. See, the Lord created this sword, these missiles, these ICBM missiles, as a form of fire to cleanse the earth with. It is made fat with fatness, meaning it's increased with what it's going to destroy. All right, it increases the destruction. See, America, this place is already going to be in a destroyed state by the time the missiles hit, but it's going to increase the mass of destruction. That's what fatness means, greatness. All right, or increase. And with the blood of lambs and goats, that's the average citizens and leaders of your communities and shit like that. That's gonna be caught up in the destruction here. With the fat of kidneys of rams. All right, your leaders, generals, sergeants, whatever, you know. And then it goes into bullocks and bulls, which goes into the presidents and chiefs of this place, Babylon. So, for Yahweh hath a sacrifice in Basra. All right, so the focus of Basra today represents America as well. And a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. All right, so what he said, sit thou at silence in a destroyed state. It's a mystical word, Dawamah, for Idumea or Edom in its destroyed state. Prophecies against it. So the Lord said he has a slaughter in this land called Idumea. And that's talking about this place that we're reading about, America. All right, so Babylon, Edom today is America, same place. All right, here go the scripture to prove it. Remember, O Psalms 137 and 7. Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Yarashalam, who said, raise it, even to the foundations thereof. See, they were right there pushing for our downfall since 586 BC, and they broke their treaty after King Jehoshaphat in the 8th century BC. And they came against us, Edom. They've always been against us since Jacob and Esau. All right? So, and that goes back to 2006 BC, all right, with Jacob and Esau being born. So, now, where was I? Remember the children of Edom, Idumea, Dawamah, in the day of Yerushalayim, who said, raise it. Raise it means to destroy it to the ground. All right. Even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon. So this place is Idumea, and is also known as the daughter of ancient Babylon, who art to be destroyed. See? Same place. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast rewarded us. All right, so the same nations, same way Edom sat by and they helped to have a hand in our downfall, and then 70 AD, they played the part of destroying us off that land. Well, the same thing is going to happen with Russia and China and Iran and these other nations. They're going to be happy destroying this place and seeing it fall. Same thing. Saying, raise it. What you been hearing Iran say? We're going to raise it to the ground. So they're using ancient prophetic words against this place, shouting against it, roundabout. All right, so now let's read it. Start from the top. Isaiah 47 and 1. Come down. So why, right? So the Lord is bringing this place down. It was exalted. Get off that nag. Sitting upon that scarlet-colored beast, being exalted and lifted up, raised up. Well, the Lord's saying, come down and sit in the dust. That's in that confusion. All right? It goes into the darkness as well. Let's get that word dust. All right? It also represents poverty. It says apar, which would be the ground, basically, man. All right? So represent that confused state. All right, so we know that word dust can also mean the grave, a low condition, and the grave goes into what? Being in a destroyed state again. And that's what the Lord is, the vibration the Lord is putting on this place, America, is for it to be destroyed. It said, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. This is a pure reflection of Babylon, ancient Babylon's wickedness. All right. Sit on the ground. See that? Sit on the ground. Sit in the dust. Sit on the ground. You know, there is no throne. See, America's losing its power seat, especially with the rising interest rates by the manipulation of the Federal Reserve and their leaders over in Europe. Rising the interest rates is taking away the power of America's economy. All right, so they're losing their power in the world militarily. They're getting chased out of places and attacked by those Arab nations or Muslim nations. It says there is no throne, so the Lord taking the rulership from this place. It was prophesied that America was going to rule, have a throne, and rule over the nations and everything, but now it's being stripped away. All right. So it says, "Come down, sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans." There you go. "For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate," right? So this place always, let's get that. This is Revelation 18:1. "And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory." All right, so we're in that time. So as we see the destruction of this place, we're going to see the angels popping up. And they're the ones pushing the destruction after the orders of Yahweh, through Yahweh Shai, all right, to the angels, called divine intervention. Revelation 7 speaks about that. They're holding back the destruction. But by Revelation 18, they're pushing the destruction of this place. All right. "And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great," see, it was great in wealth and power and resources, right? "Babylon the Great is fallen. So not only fallen, the foundation, but also fallen and destroyed. And it has become the habitation of devils and the hold of every foul spirit and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird." So that goes with Isaiah as well, where it speaks about this place becoming a lava pit, and only certain abominable animals or swamp animals are still going to be around, like the white owl, which is known to be in America, the great owl, cormorants, which live around heat and swamps and toxic areas. All right, so that's all that's going to be left here. "For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication." So all the nations got rich off America. They helped to keep this place in rulership, operating under de facto, meaning as long as they all believe that it, like just like everybody believes they're using the dollar, as long as the dollar is in use by the other countries, it's going to remain the world dominant currency. What they're going to do is switch it over to digital. All right, it's still going to be the world reserve currency, but they're going to switch it to digital, trying to trap everybody with the digital setup. And then when them nations begin to dump dollars and cast it away, as they're doing now, you're going to see a dollar crash. All right, economic collapse. So now, "And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her." They all were in business with America. "And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies." Just like, China, all these nations got rich off of America. And now they're saying they're stronger than this place. They've bled this place dry, especially Europe. "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of, and that ye receive not of her plagues. And this is physically going to happen when Yahushua shows up. He's going to say, come out of this place. Come up hither. Revelations 11. So we're coming out of this place first, what? Spiritually, as this place is falling. And the spirit of this place is falling. And then ultimately, physically, the Lord going to say, come out of her, my people. It was his people, the elect of Israel. All right? So, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquities. So the Lord has remembered this place and the iniquities of this place when they put us in slavery, when they were boasting of a new world, you know, the dollar and all their innovations and things moving all quick, and they trying to move into this new world order, you know. In Revelation chapter 6, with the white horse, and they plan on experimenting and all that shit in this place. Depopulation. So the Lord has remembered all the iniquities of this place and the blasphemy in this place, man. Reward her even as she has rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. That's why the place is going to be burnt with fire. All right, so this is the point. How much she hath glorified herself, man. See, America has glorified itself, capitalism, you know, and lived deliciously. We've seen that, especially it's called the Roaring 20s. Esau was living deliciously, as they like to say in the South. So much torment and sorrow give her. That's why the Lord said, heap on the wood, make the power for the fire great. Build this place up so when the missiles hit it, it's going to be more of a destruction, more to destroy. Yeah, keep all your innovations, everything they build, and they Teslas and all these different buildings and shit, and different lands that people are trying to get in houses. It's all going to be destroyed. So, how much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. See? That's torment and sorrow that's coming to this place. Sitting in silence and darkness and destroyed. And basically saying, sit there silent in your destroyed state and wait until I finish you off. That's what Yahweh was saying to this place. Expect it. You know, expect that destruction to come. It's coming. I ain't gonna tell you when, but it's coming. You know, that's why the Lord said in the scriptures, Habakkuk, though it tarry, wait for it. It will surely come. You know? So that's what he's saying to this place. That's what Edom was asking the prophet Isaiah. What of the night? Is it gonna happen? He's like, yeah, just wait for it. It's coming. It's coming. Sit there in your destroyed state and decaying and being destroyed until the Lord finishes it off. Therefore shall her plagues, Salakia, how much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, that's the heart of this place, the mindset of America. You know, when they were going over there during Kuwait and Baghdad and Desert Storm, you know, when they were going against Iran in I think it was the 80s, and Iran went crazy on America, all right, in the 70s and the 20s and the 1700s, where they was doing all the industrial revolutions all the way up until today, the fourth industrial revolution. The Lord saying what? For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen ruling over the nations, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. That's the heart and the mindset of this place. They think they're not going to see any of the destruction that's over there in Gaza and around the world today. Well, it's coming here. They even got a movie coming out in April, in spring, called Civil War. Might do a lesson on that. Yahweh Ratazah. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine. All right. So this is happening. It's building up to that now, and in one day it's going to happen. It's going to be death, mourning, and famine, lack of food. And this is before the missiles. This is when America is going to be, what they say, sit thou silent, and in death and a destroyed state. All right, in ruin and famine. And she shall be utterly burned with fire. That's the next step. All right, it goes hand in hand with Isaiah 47. Stages to the destruction of this place. You know, like you see stages to a body decomposing. Stages to this place decomposing and being destroyed. Where the worm dieth not. All right, and the fire is not quenched. Continued destruction. For strong, because in the grave, that's where the worm dies not. All right, so this place is going to be continually destroyed until it's done. For strong is Yahweh. You know, strong is Yahweh, our power, who judgeth her, man. All right, so let's finish this off. Isaiah 47 and let's go to where was we at? 2. 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne. Right, this is Mystery Babylon. O daughter of the Chaldeans. So this place is being sat down like a third world country. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take like a queen, you know, a princess, riding upon a horse, delicate, people carrying her, making sure her feet don't touch the ground. But now they're like, nah, get your ass in the mud, like a third world country. You like a slave. All right, looking for help, struggling to make it through. O daughter of the Chaldeans, those elite bankers, Edomites, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the milk, right? Because the Lord made this place a gazing stock. Now they are starting to look at this place and see the shame of it. All right, so it's no longer called, let's see, tender. All right, delicate, soft. You know, that's what they try to act in that way, like a soft, meek, friendly country, God-fearing country. They always say, "Spake as a lamb." They try to act weak, you know, delicate. Nah, it's like, no, you ain't. Just like Esau tried to, you know, the Karen. They call them Karens now. We seeing it on a minute level too. When we see Esau and they looking at you like you the enemy, you did something wrong. When they're the ones that's not innocent, they're the ones with blood on their hands. They're the ones causing the chaos and death and this. Well, our people too now, but they're the ones with that mindset. You go into the suburb neighborhoods, or not just any Edomite neighborhood, and they're looking at you like you the bad guy when you can be a great person. When they're the ones with that hatred and envy in them and devil worship. So this place is no longer going to be called innocent, tender, and delicate. You know, it's going to be called a wicked nation, Satan. That's why Russia got missiles called Satan II, meaning both of those nations, America is Satan 1, and then Israel is Satan 2. You know, the land of Israel, where the Israelis, Edomites. Take the millstone and grind meal like a slave. Uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg, man, exposing her. Shame. Uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. I mean, you gotta walk through the river with no horse, not being carried, just like a slave would. Third world country. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. All right, nakedness goes into shame, all right, and iniquity. So her iniquity is being uncovered, all right. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. See that? See, nakedness goes into shame and iniquity. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. So the Lord's going to not meet thee as a man. They're not going to be able to put Yahweh on the cross again. He said he coming back as a conquering, mighty, glorified angel. And he's not going to meet you and shake your hand. Hello. You know, he's going to show up like a lion, a mighty lion, to tear and rip in pieces, man. He ain't going to get chased out of the wood like last time, according to prophecy, but he's going to be returning to destroy. All right, so now we're seeing that it's going to be a process of destruction. Because people wondering, what stage are we at now? Why ain't that happening yet? The Lord said, though it tarry, wait for it. Same thing he's saying to America. I'm breaking you down first, and then once it's broken down, then he say, all right, any minute now, it'll be over. Sit thou silent. See? Sit thou silent and destroy it, and get thee into darkness. Basically, wait for the rest of the destruction that's coming upon it. The fire is coming. So sit thou silent, meaning Dawamah or Dawamam. And then you go to Dawamah, it means a mystic word pertaining to the destruction and ruin of Edom in its destroyed state. And this place is spiritually called Idumea. So sit thou in that destroyed state and ruin, and get thee into darkness, into more confusion, and powerless, and death. All right. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for this, right? So this means what? They're not gonna have any answers. They're wondering, like, is Russia doing this? Is wars and rumors of wars? What's happening? You said Russia sending a satellite up. North Korea launching a missile. They don't know what the hell to do. All right, so let's put up the what do we got to combat that? Nothing, sir. For thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. See, we're seeing that. All right, where America's no longer being called the Lady of Kingdoms. Instead, they're calling this place destroyed. They're calling it Satan. They're calling it Babylon. They're calling it a pastime, meaning make America great again. It means it's not great no more. All right. So I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hands. See, that's why we're over here in America, given into the hands of these devils because we were being wicked. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily yet laid thy yoke. Even unto this day, they're laying that yoke and that bondage upon us and upon the elders of our people, not caring about them. You know, even going back to the civil rights movement, they would represent the ancients, the older people. And then slavery, and all up until today. They're still oppressing our leaders, our community, I don't want to say elders, but like the old people, the older people, and even down to us. All right, so that's why it's good. It's not good because we'd rather them be here with us, but people like Elder, and King Masha and Elder Prophet Yaikwab and such. From what I saw in Abba Bivens, what I saw in the videos, they seemed like great inspirational and righteous men. But imagine if they were here, they would be old in the 80s, 90s, and dealing with this world today, in the hospitals, and and they put the hell on our people, man. So anyway, let's keep going. So upon the ancients have thou very heavily laid thy yokes. So that's what slavery and civil rights movement, even up to today. Look at the Black Panthers, where they at? They got life in prison and shit like that. just barely getting out. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever. See, but no, no, no. The scripture said the hope of the wicked is like the dust; it's blown away with the wind. It's gonna be blown away. So that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Right, just like the Lord left Sodom and Gomorrah as an example of what should happen to those that should hereafter live ungodly. So what's the prophecy of the latter end of this place? Destruction.